Hello children, in continuation with the yesterday's topic, today we are going to discuss about some terminologies related to spherical mirrors. In that the first terminology is aperture. So let us see what is this aperture of a spherical mirror. The width of the spherical mirror from which the reflection takes place is called as an aperture. If a spherical mirror is like this, you can see the diagram over here. If a spherical mirror is like this, M dash is the one which represents the aperture of a spherical mirror. So if this is the spherical mirror and the width of this part of a mirror which takes place, reflection takes place, this M dash denotes the aperture of that particular mirror. Clear children? Move on to the next terminology, that is pole. So what is meant by this pole of a spherical mirror? The center of a spherical mirror is called its pole. Exactly, the center of the spherical mirror is called as its pole and it is denoted by the letter P. Let us see the pole representation. If this is one side, you can assume for a concave mirror, and the another side you can assume for a convex mirror. So both the mirrors in a single frame. So exactly for this concave mirror, the center of that mirror is called as its pole. For this convex mirror, the center of this is exactly the reflecting surface. So mirror. In this, the center part is called as pole of this particular mirror. So pole is the center of the mirror, which is denoted with by the letter P. That's about pole. Coming to center of curvature, the next one. What is center of curvature? The geometric center of the hollow sphere of which the spherical mirror is a part is called as the center of curvature. Here you can see very clearly, if you assume first of all, how we got this shape as convex and concave? By cutting the original sphere, right? So if you assume that the original sphere, exactly where the center lies for that sphere is called as the center of curvature. If this is the mirror, this is a concave mirror, and we know already the center of the mirror is called as a pole. Now if you assume it as a original sphere, then its center will be the center of curvature for that particular mirror. It means if you take this concave mirror as an example, if this is the principal axis and this is the pole, then exactly the center will be the center of curvature of that particular mirror. The same for the center of curvature for a convex mirror also, its center of curvature lies exactly center where the mirror is a part. This is called as center of curvature, and the center of curvature is denoted by the letter C. Moving on to radius of curvature. The radius of the hollow sphere of which the spherical mirror is part is called as radius of curvature of the spherical mirror. In the other words, if you confuse with the definition, we have one more definition, that is the distance between the pole and the center of curvature, that is called as the radius of curvature, and it is denoted by the letter capital R. Let us see the diagrammatical representation of radius of curvature for a concave mirror and for a convex mirror. Exactly, if this is the sphere and this is our mirror, exactly the reflecting surface. So this is pole, which is the center, this is center of curvature. So from pole to center of curvature, this distance is called as the radius of curvature for a convex mirror and for a concave mirror. It is denoted by the letter capital R. Moving on to the next one, principal axis. What is this principal axis? Have you observed a straight line passing through the center of curvature and the pole of a spherical mirror is called as its principal axis? You can see over here, no matter if you take a convex mirror or a concave mirror, this is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror, the line which is passing through the center of that mirrors is called as the principal axis. For example, if you take a mirror like this, which is a concave mirror, the line which is passing through the center of the mirror, that line through center of curvature, through pole, that straight line is called as principal axis. It will be there for convex mirror as well as concave mirror. Next, focus. The main thing you need to focus is focus. So what is meant by the focus of a spherical mirror? Let us see. We need to discuss here separately focus of a concave mirror and focus of a convex mirror. Clear? Now let us see the focus of a concave mirror. If a beam of light parallel to the principal axis falls on a concave mirror, all the rays, what will happen after reflection, will meet at a point, right? Will converge at a point. That particular point is called as focus of that particular mirror. It is denoted with F. So let's see the focus. For example, diagrammatically, if you want to see, if I take a concave mirror, this is a concave mirror, I have quoted it. This is the principal axis. The center of the mirror is called as the pole, and this is called as center of curvature. The distance from P to C is called radius of curvature. Now, this is a ray which is passing in this direction, and after touching the mirror, what will happen immediately? It have to reflect back, right? So it reflects like this. And a ray which is passing parallel to principal axis in this direction also, after reflection, will passes exactly like this. Now, if you observe properly, after reflection, these two reflected rays are meeting at a point on principal axis. That point is called as focus for a concave mirror. You can see the exactly image over here. This is called as the focus of a concave mirror. Very simple. If a beam of light rays which are passing parallel to principal axis, after reflection, all the reflected rays will meet at a particular point on a principal axis. That particular point is called as focus for that particular concave mirror. Let us see the focus of a convex mirror. This is the focus of a convex mirror. Beam of light rays parallel to the principal axis on a convex mirror. All the rays after reflection diverges, because actually convex mirror is a diverging mirror. So the rays will come like this and it will diverge. But if the reflected rays are extended backwards, if you just extend those reflected rays like this, we already know that these dotted lines represent the virtual one, right? So extended backwards, they appear to come from a point on the principal axis and they meet at a point. So here you can form a focus for a convex mirror. That is the difference between focus in a concave mirror and in a convex mirror. In a focus in a concave mirror will be in front of it. Focus in a convex mirror will be behind of it. That's the difference between focus of a concave as well as convex mirror. And here one more important point to be noted. The focus so called formed here is called as virtual focus. The focus formed in a convex mirror is a virtual focus, whereas focus formed on a concave mirror is a real focus. And finally, focal length. Very simple. You already seen the focus. Just if you focus very clearly, the distance from pole to focus is called as focal length. It is denoted with small f. Once again, the distance from pole to focus, that point, the distance is called as focal length. Length is nothing but the actual path covered distance. So the distance between the point pole and the focus, this distance is called as focal length, and it is denoted by the letter small f. Clear, children? Finally, before closing the concept, let me give you a brief explanation between the differences between concave as well as convex mirror. First, concave mirror. Reflection takes place at the concave surface. It means exactly like this. In this part, the reflection will takes place. Whereas convex mirror, reflection takes place at the convex surface, whereas the bulged outside part. So like this, reflection will takes place. A parallel beam of light falling on this mirror converges at a point. So concave mirror, we can also call this concave mirror as converging mirror. Whereas the convex mirror is diverges. So it is called as a diverging mirror. So third point, fourth point also completed. And finally, the concave mirror has a real focus, as we just now discussed. After reflection, all the rays are exactly meeting at a point. So actually meeting at a point, that is called real focus. Whereas convex mirror, they are not actually meeting. You are extending the rays to make it appear to meet at one point. So that is called as virtual focus. So concave mirror has a real focus, whereas convex mirror has a virtual focus. So these are some important terminologies to keep it in mind, so that you can catch it up all the upcoming theories and series on this optics chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.